everybody, this is naturalist James Anderson from the Marion County Park District. So I know it's been a little while since we have done a natural lessons episode for our YouTube channel, but I hope you guys have been following us. Of course, we've been adding a lot of other educational videos, of course our little fun shorts, so we really enjoy that you guys like those videos, so just keep up to date on our YouTube channel, also our other social media accounts. So without further ado, today's episode is we are going to be learning about ecotones. And today I'm in a very special place. I'm in the John Mollett Family Equestrian Track, which is now part of the Big Island Wildlife Area. It is actually our newest park slash green space here in Marion County, Ohio. So this place is technically owned by Pheasants Forever, but it is managed by the Ohio Division of Wildlife. So what we're going to learn what an ecotone is. We're going to be learning about some of the different ecotones here at the John Mollett track. And of course, might be showing you some other cool features about this place as well. So, all right guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode.
So before we go on any further, I just want to show where this is located. I know I kind of explained it, but if you're not familiar with the area, it can be hard to miss. So here is a picture from Pheasants Forever of the Big Island Wildlife Area. But that little yellow patch you see, that's the Mollett Family Track. As we mentioned, that is where we are located for this episode. And the easiest way I can tell people is just outside of LaRue. It's on LaRue Green Camp Road, but there's only 2 parking spots as of now, right here at the sharp corner of LaRue Green Camp Road, and also they just installed a little gravel parking lot as well. Now there are other parking spots you can go off the road, but these are the 2 best places to park at this location. And since this is more of a wildlife conservation area, this is more focused for hunting, trapping, fishing. So just keep in mind during the hunting season, you may not want to travel this area, but I highly recommend checking it out. Now I know I'm kind of dipping my toes into Marion's Green Acres, but this is our newest property here in Marion County when it comes to green spaces. So I just want to kind of highlight where it is located. So you can go on the Marion County Auditor's website. That's where this map is from. And when you go under owner, just type in Pheasants Forever. There's 2 actually properties in Marion County, the Mollett Track and also the Beaver Wildlife Area, which is off of 739. Highly recommend checking out that place as well. So now we're going to talk about what is an ecotone.
So you might be asking yourself, what is an ecotone? So an ecotone is when you get different types of ecological communities. So we can call this our different types of ecosystems or the different kinds of habitats, which I know those are the same, but yes, there are quite a big differences between ecosystems and habitats. But basically is when you again get those 2 ecological communities that kind of meet up against one another. And that's why I really picked this place, because if you look all around, on this side I have a nice forested area. It's kind of a little riparian area, and I'll show you a better spot. And then over here is a nice little grassland. Now I'll admit this grassland was probably planted from Pheasants Forever or the Division Wildlife or whoever, but it still shows, all right, that these 2 communities, all right, they're butting up against one another. And what I'm standing in this little row, all right, is again called that ecotone.
So here's just a little bit of background history about where ecotone came from. The word ecotone was coined by Alfred Russel Wallace, who first observed the abrupt boundary between 2 ecosystems or biomes in 1859. So now we're going to talk about some different types of ecotones you can find here in Marion County or in the state of Ohio. So probably one of the greatest examples of ecotones in our area is where you get this forest habitat slash ecosystem that butts up against a open land slash grassland type of ecosystem. And as we mentioned before, basically the grassy area is the ecotone because it's the transition from forest to open land / grassland. But these ecotones, the reason why they are important because they provide a link between two ecosystems which help to maintain the balance of ecosystems. So now that we're finished with this ecotone, let's go visit another ecotone that you probably don't think quite of as being one.
So I know this is technically what's called a riparian area, riparian forest. So you got a creek, stream, river environment that's going in between a forest. But if you kind of think about it, they're in a way an ecotones because rivers are their own special ecotones with their own special, hydrology, how they function. Of course, all the different types of wildlife that inhabit a river. And of course, we've been talking about like a forest. They have their own particular animals and plants that grow in there. So again, I always like to call these riparian zones, and in a way, an ecotone. Some ecologists probably would not call it that, but it's just one way to think about it. Make sure when you check out the John Mullet track, make sure to check out the Scioto River. You'll find all kinds of wonderful wildlife that inhabit this river. So, if you're into birding like me, ecotones are probably the greatest spots to find a lot of diversity of birds. Because, again, if you think about it, you got birds that like the forest habitat, and let's say we have birds that like a grassland habitat. Well, if you're right there in the middle, well, guess what? You got best of both worlds. So, again, if you're getting into birding, I highly, highly recommend checking out ecotones.
So here we have two different types of grassland / open area habitats. So the green would represent our typical yards. So we have our typical grass species, violets, dandelions, crabgrass, all that good stuff. And then over in the right side, the kind of the drier side, those are our warm season grasses. Those are our native grasses that we have. So different types of wildlife are going to inhabit those different types of grassland areas. But again, this is a great ecotone example. So now I want to talk about some different types of ecotones we can find around the world. So this picture is from the Everglades. So this is a mangrove marsh ecotone. So the one on the left, that would be the mangrove ecosystem, and the one on the right, that would be a marsh ecosystem. This next one are reed beds. Reed beds are a common form of lakeside ecotone. The beds tend to accumulate organic matter, which then colonized by trees, forcing the reeds further into the lake. If you think about it, mountains can be a type of ecotone. Their ranges can change in the climatic conditions based on the slope. You can have a boreal forest on the top of the mountain, and you can have hardwood forests in kind of at the base of the mountain.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys learned something new about ecotones and different ones you can find in Ohio and across the world. Now, I did do some special highlights of the John Mullet Family Equestration Track, but I didn't want to put too many because I want to save that later for a Marion's Green Acres episode that we'll probably do during the summer season. Make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, the Marion County Park District. Definitely tell your friends and family because we're always uploading things, education, some funny short videos, things like that. Make sure to also like our Facebook page, Instagram account, and our Twitter account as well. That way you can keep up to date of our current nature programs and family fun events, and of course our educational YouTube videos that we post on there as well. Well, guys, have fun, be safe, but most of all, go out and explore your Marion County parks. I'm Naturalist James Anderson from the Marion County Park District, and I'll see you next time on Natural Lessons with me, Naturalist James Anderson. Take care, everybody. Well, hello everybody. It's been a while since we made a natural lessons episode. Just things got in the way. Actually, let's look at that. Now, I know in the beginning I did mention that we were going to do some special highlights of the mullet. Let's try that again. Now, as I mentioned, we were talking about some of the special highlights, which we did, but I'll be definitely saving that for a lot later episode. A lot later. How about a later